on. Hi guys, Trisha Dishing here, and thank you so much for all of the new subscribers that I have and all the viewers, and I'm very humbled by that, and I appreciate it very much, and I'm really trying to do a good job for everybody, and mainly for myself, that I would present the truth. So let's get to it. This is, of course, still in regards to the Las Vegas shooting that happened. And I'm kind of showing you these pictures of Harvey Weinstein and, of course, Hillary Clinton. And the reason why I'm showing you this is I'm actually going to do a video on this to show you the hypocrisy of this. But it infuriates me that this was not done by chance. It didn't just so happen that, Harvey Weinstein, they found out that he was, having casting calls and everything with these Hollywood having sex with them so that he can cast them for movies. This has been going on. Hollywood is called HELLYWOOD. It is satanic. It's filled with witchcraft. It's filled with demonic things. This goes on a minute basis. All these actresses, they might not like it, but they acquiesce to it. So they still do it the same way. They have a choice. They don't have to act or get raped. I'm sorry. I'm not being ignorant and being trying to be unsensitive. But listen, you're going into a demonic situation as it is, and there's much other things that's happening in the world, such as the Las Vegas shooting. Now, what happened is they put this man in on this, right? For the fact that they're trying to take the narrative, they're trying to switch the narrative, the headlines, because see, the Las Vegas shooting is falling in, it's collapsing. Everything that the feds are telling us, the Las Vegas Police Department, the government, whoever, they're lying. So of course they got to get a news story out there that's going to have all the headlines, and then we got to sit there and listen to this crap. Well, you don't. You can go on the online to the alternative media and get real news, and this takes control of everything. This is what this is. This is nothing but a tactic by our Mockingbird CIA ran lying mainstream news media to divert off what's actually happening. And as we know, I mean, my goodness, Hillary Clinton and all the politicians are in bed with Harvey Weinstein. When Hillary and I think it's reported by SGT report, when Bill was in trouble with all of his millions of women that he had basically raped, all these people got together, these Hollywood bigwigs, and Harvey Weinstein, that pervert, is one of the biggest ones, and they raised money for him. So zip it. I don't want to hear it. And they're doing that on purpose because it's sensationalism, and the American people, if you're not awake, you'll follow it like a bunch of sheep and go, oh, there's something bright and shiny, but then you're missing this. Like how, for instance, that this report came from, well, I don't want to go to this one right now. This report comes from SHTFplan.com. It's a really good website for alternative news. And what they're reporting is, let me look at my notes. The FBI wipes out all those the bystanders who were taking pictures, whether with their laptops or with their phones. They come along and they literally take these people's phones, the witnesses, the surviving witnesses of the shooting, and they take their information. And of course, we understand for forensics, you got to take people, if they've recorded things, you got to get the information. But what happened was, look at this. According to Las Vegas resident who posted a status update on Facebook, a bunch of people that worked on Route 91 said they got their cell phones back today. They all said that all their phones are completely wiped clean. All messages and info from that weekend are completely gone. It's unbelievable. So, of course, the way to see if anybody else is experiencing this, go on social media. So this lady says a bunch of people that worked she goes on to say, don't know, but a few different people who were vendors there are all saying the same thing. Later in the thread, a Route 91 worker confirms the story, commenting, of course, it's an active federal crime scene. They can wipe it clean. Of course, he's being very carte blanche about it. Listen, they can get that information and acquiesce it from you, but they don't have to wipe your whole disk clean or take your SIM card and wipe everything else on it. It just shows so much of a cover-up. And they were sitting there saying that InfoWars were separately contacted by another individual who told us the same story. The fact that all the information related to the massacre has been deleted is sure to prompt further claims of cover-up. Well, why wouldn't it? Why are they? I don't even think I saw one red, police cutoff tape there. It's ridiculous. But this is the saddest story that I wanted to report on, guys. I told you I'm actually working on it right now, y'all. And because it's so important that there was more than one shooter. It wasn't just the patsy that they're using as Stephen Paddock, but there was more. But Rents.com's reporting, and this is a true story, and I'm going to leave you links on the bottom, but it says an unhurt woman survivor, 100% certain there were multiple ground level shooters in the crowd, tells her horrific story. She went on Facebook. But then, guys, she was unharmed there. Then she's found dead in her bedroom a week later. This precious woman, her name is Kimberly, I hope I'm not slaughtering her last name, Suchamel. And basically, she gives a story, and you can read it. And I'm going to give it to you because it's a long lot of information to read. And she was saying exactly what happened. But I wanted to highlight this one part. She said they were dancing their booties off, having a great time. Then all of a sudden, what sounded like firecrackers going off. And she said this, but the gunfire wasn't stopping the whole time. It wasn't ceasing. It wasn't slowing down. It was directly behind us, following us. Bullets were coming from every direction, behind us, in front of us. I mean, come on, we were told it was only coming from one place, the 32nd floor. It was where Stephen, Paddock supposedly did all this. She's saying it's coming from every which way. This girl has no reason to lie. She was unharmed. And then she says, as we were running, we kept changing directions because it felt like no matter what direction we took, we were being followed. So we ended up running in a weird triangular path. The first place I remember getting to was a parking lot. And she was telling her friend and everything like that. Everyone around us was panicking once again. So we ditched the idea of getting underneath the vehicle. She said that there were bullets flying everywhere. People were dropping dead. So for people who are saying this is a hoax and that people didn't die, they did die. This was a false flag shooting like 9/11 was. There were innocent people that got killed. But like I said, you can read her precious story. But the follow-up is, guys, she was found a week later. Okay? And the only time, this is from Seacoast, SeacoastOnline.com is reporting this. Vegas shooting survivor, California Cherry co-founder dies suddenly. This is a beautiful girl. Her name's Kimberly. And here they said the only time what happened was when she was found left alone, her husband was with her consoling. This girl went through all kind of couldn't eat after seeing the shooting, was a mess, was trying to help other victims. Well, as soon as her husband went back to work, she was found dead. Oh, yes, in her bedroom. They said that she died in her sleep. And it says here, Norton found Suchamel, I don't know her name, I'm sorry, Suchamel, just after 8:30 when she arrived to care for her 3-year-old great-granddaughter, Scarlett. She believes she may have died in her sleep after her husband left for work at 4:30. So the first time this girl's left alone, after she goes online, telling the story that there had to be multiple shooters, that these bullets, everywhere these people ran, the bullets were finding them. This is very unbelievable. Now, it says Kimberly had epilepsy and she was always prone to seizures. She told her friend that she had recently had 3 focal seizures. I believe the stress from the shooting took her life. Well, I'm not saying that couldn't be the case. That's for sure. But I find it very odd that as soon as her husband goes to work, he sees her that night, 4:30, he goes to work in the next morning and she's dead. They come back. They come and they find her and she's dead in her sleep. This is unbelievable. So anyway, I just wanted to report those stories. So while they are trying to show us little stupid things about Hillary Clinton's and all the other, crook politicians about this stupid Harvey Weinstein, there are actual stories that are coming out about this Las Vegas shooting, blowing the lid off of it, knowing that this was definitely a false flag. I'll be back with some more information, and I want to get that ballistics video together to show you all too. Just keep on praying for the victims and their survivors, because we shouldn't let this go. This is a big deal. They killed innocent people.